Cut that.
Don't take the funniest part of the podcast. Get it out of here.
Conflict.
Next, we need to get a GoPro, right? Stick it to someone's forehead.
The GoPro. I love that.
They make these tiny dive cameras that
would be
like
perfect,
little
actually,
tubes,
because
and they go on your mask, so you can like film while you're diving.
That would be legit.
you can
As I
zip
say,
tie
we
it to
should
your
get
cage.
them. They're pretty expensive.
They're like
They're probably around the cost of a GoPro, but at like a high-end one, I don't know.
I gotta look into that. That sounds fun.
But yeah, we could totally strap them to our helmets or something somewhere.
To the ankles.
So I'm pretty sure GoPros are illegal because of how big they are. If I remember correctly, with men's league rules, they won't let you wear them.
Every time I see them at all in like a YouTube video, it's like they always have to like let everyone know like, hey, we're using a GoPro. Like you have to disclose that.
You're also in a public space and you're allowed to record, but at the same time, you have to make sure it's cool with the owner or the person in charge. Because it is a private facility.
Right?
Yeah. No, that's
Larry gave 2 shits less.
Yeah,
that's why I love Larry. Larry
we had a whole
Larry's a
conversation at
cucumber.
work today to make sure this was going to be cool.
Oh, dude, Larry encourages any kind of stuff we do here. He likes it as long as he said even tagged Blazers. He's great.
As long as it's
Oh,
a positive influence on the rink.
Where are we, Dalton?
Where are we? More like who are we?
Wow.
Yeah, stole your punchline there.
Yeah, you did.
Sorry, had to do it to him.
Who wants to start the introduction?
Well, I'm glad that you asked. I wasn't going to answer the question. I was just happy that somebody asked.
Hey, Dad.
Okay.
Who's this guy?
Well, we would like to introduce to his first ever podcast appearance, Coach Kyler.
Right here, the original. Thank you.
And occasionally a player.
Occasionally a player, yes.
A couple of things that you may not know about Kyler. When Kyler is on the bench and he calls out your name and he says it wrong, that's just what it becomes because it's so nice that he does it. Anything you want to share about Coach Kyler?
One of the best dressed men on the boys.
Oh,
So
Absolutely.
Without a
I'll
doubt.
take
Without a
that
doubt.
one.
yeah.
The second this man cut the hair off the sides, everyone became wet at the same time. I was in mid-game. It was really weird. I was like, what is happening? Like, it was incredibly uncomfortable.
Wow.
But yeah, nice to meet you, Coach Kyler. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Boys, as always,
We're
welcome.
happy that you're here.
I am too. Thank
Are you excited for the first game of the season?
Absolutely. You know what? There's a lot of ups and downs I'm looking forward to. Mainly, see how you guys perform. I know I've been watching you guys come out. I've been watching you guys learn how to skate and all that. Jesse, I've been here since the beginning. I sold him his first pair of skates.
That is true.
Speaking of Jesse's and ups and downs,
Why is he short?
his mom. Sorry.
You know, Jesse always makes new sections, and I want to make one. I call this section Jesse's Mom.
Not Stacy's.
That's it.
Jesse's.
That's it. That's the end of the section. All right.
I need my own little like rim shot thing. It's like ba-da-bum-ba-dum-bum. Like every time we make a Jesse's Mom reference,
We can buy a
have
little
to play
tiny
it.
drum set.
Yes.
All right. Would you like to introduce anybody else? You just pick somebody.
Actually, yeah, we should have the coach, call us out, who we are.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Address us.
You know what? I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
idea.
put you on the spot.
All right. We got our goalie, Dalton. Dalton Wan.
That's me.
Dude's an absolute Gina. Look at him. You'd think those handlebars are good for a mustache, but no, they're good for riding. So, as we'll introduce him for that right there.
Wow, I like that.
I do too. I like that.
You boys got anything to say about him?
No, I talk about him all the time on the other podcasts.
I've never met this man in my life.
We walked into the room and here
you're
he
the guy
was.
that's
We
on
were
the
like,
posters that's wanted.
Every time we walk into the room, we kind of just.
You?
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Who else is on this team?
we got Cameron Bernie. You know, I would think he's French, but he's too tall to be a French.
I also don't dig through the trash or impregnate your dog.
Well, dude's an absolute legend.
The no people who watch us in fucking France are gonna unsubscribe. Hey, oui, baguette. Do not watch the boys.
Croissant.
Le petit con. If you'll pardon my French.
Dude's an absolute legend. You know, I would say he's probably got the best flow on the team. You know,
He's a
I'll
rapper.
put mine second to none, but yours first to nothing.
I've seen this man rap too. Rap whacker.
I've seen this man
Yes,
get
quite some
absolutely
flows.
clobbered
some
in the
whackers.
forehead by a puck.
Not once,
Man,
but twice.
Twice, actually, yeah.
Fucking look at me.
And you know what? He's still alive. Surprisingly, fuck. Yeah, dude's an absolute Gino. And then we got Caleb here. Probably the most kind and caring, loving guy on the team. The biggest fucking asshole. I'm kidding. We love the guy.
You are pretty caring.
Keeps his
He's
head
got you figured
down.
out.
Keeps his head up other people's asses, and man, does he fly.
I was gonna say, anytime I've ever gotten even semi-confrontational in a game, Caleb's like ready.
Yeah,
he's always
Dude will
like
drop
ready.
the gloves. He does
Yeah.
not give a shit.
So, gotta get it to that.
I haven't gotten into a fight yet.
No, but I'm saying like
But one day.
well,
but yeah,
there's a
we
first
haven't-
for everything,
I
just
said
like sex for you.
semi-confrontational, not full on yet. You know.
Wow. Look at this guy. Coming in hot.
Coming in hot.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, I have nothing to add to that, honestly.
No, I'm super excited. We're here. It's like 2 hours before first game. We're just waiting on everybody to show up. Kind of figured we'd do our first episode. Things in the NHL. Anything that anybody wants to talk about?
Things in the NHL. I think the Kraken,
Fucking
brought
crazy. This
they brought their first defeat in home regulation to the Bruins. That was an insane feat, and now they're first in the Pacific Division
TV
over the
Garden.
Golden Knights.
You wanna know what's crazy? Last year they were what, almost dead last,
Yes,
basically
they
dead
were-
last.
they were a
It's
terrible
crazy
team.
what a change in not only goaltending but defensemen will do for your team.
The goaltending has been the biggest shocker in my opinion because my biggest complaint
You
was
pull
when
Martin Jones out of the fucking San Jose and Philadelphia Flyers butt cracks, man, that man will shine like a shiny turd. I don't know how many are shiny.
he
but they are.
surprised me in every way, and I gotta hand it to him. He had almost a back-to-back shut. He did have a back-to-back.
We gotta think
shutout
he
game.
carried the Sharks for maybe 4 or 5 years to the playoffs, and here we are
Well, now the Sharks
carrying
are,
the Kraken.
Sharks
on
have
his
completely
back.
rebranded. It seems now they're all
Yeah, we've shit the bed.
doubled down
We're
on Erik
hard
Karlsson.
for Bedard is what we are. Fuck, dude.
Man, you got a lot to compete with Chicago this year for that Bedard
Arizona.
race because
Arizona,
they are
who's
tanking.
competing?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, very exciting Kraken news. Been stoked about that. What else has happened recently in the NHL?
I brought it up earlier this week that I was going to talk about it here.
Oh yes.
That controversial hit that I saw, which I don't know enough about it honestly to even describe it that well. But two players were chasing a puck, and the one in front basically stopped, turned around, hit the guy behind him, and then kept going.
Reverse hit, yeah.
Yeah, and I saw a lot of people in the comments on that post
Say it was-
very mad about it. And honestly, I don't have any issues with it. I think that it's a fucking fine play because the argument that I saw was that it's like it was a
Interference.
interference, which I was like, nah, fuck that. Why does the guy in front have to wait to get hit when he could just stop the other guy and then keep going? Because like, had he not done that, the play looked like to me like he was going to get the puck and that guy behind him was going to run him
Cream
into the
him,
boards.
yeah.
So I don't think there's any reason that guy should have had to wait and when he could have just stopped it.
I mean, on one hand, what you're saying makes sense. But on the other hand, these are some of the greatest skaters in the world. So for somebody like you or me approaching the puck against the boards, we have to skate, stop, handle the puck, and then pass it. Wherein we would be creamed. These guys can fucking turn on a nickel and give you change, brother.
Yeah.
Right? They just fucking pop it this way, turn this way, little fucking bingo, bango, bongo, I don't want to leave the Congo, tap dance with Danny fucking K. There it is.
Yeah.
These guys will be all right.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if he's given the chance to kind of counter that, I don't see any reason why he couldn't. Like,
So what's to stop guys from laying each other out at every moment because why should I have to worry about getting hit when I'm going towards the puck?
what do you mean? Because if two dudes are chasing the puck, I don't see any reason why they couldn't try to stop each other from getting there. That's kind of the whole point of the game. Now, if they're just dicking around out from the ice and then they decide to hammer each other, it's like, yeah, well, that's obviously, you guys are just fucking around. But if they're both actively trying to get to the puck, that's the game.
I think that the interference call was the right call. I don't agree with the $5,000 fine. That's just the way the rules are, is you can't impede somebody else's progress to the puck. However, we happen to have a referee in this room, and I would like to ask the ref. New section that I'm creating right now, Jesse, you can suck it. Ask the ref.
Real quick, not only your coach, but also a ref.
I know,
This
crazy,
guy is
isn't it?
But also a player. And
Crazy.
I don't know, you could be like a team manager or something.
He's like a Swiss Army
But
knife in
also
hockey.
a homosexual.
On occasion.
He goes back and forth, you know.
Only on days that end with Y. And that's okay. We love you for it.
Okay.
Hockey's for everyone.
To start, okay, interference is the call when you're impeding someone, trying to make a play. Like today, I had a game this morning, 4 interference calls. Why? Because someone shoved me or I shoved someone away from the puck. That's an interference call. Anytime you impede someone's ability to get to the puck, making a play, making a challenge on the puck, play, or person, it can either be called as an interference, roughing, or unsportsmanlike conduct if you're kind of giving them the words. So we got Montreal versus Florida. Yeah, perfectly legal hit, in my opinion, but that's up to the referee's discretion. Now, if they're both going to cream each other and they both take each other out, fine. But in cases like that, I'd say it's a 50-50 shot whether the referee wants to call it one way or the other. An interference call would be the correct call. He made an attempt to protect himself from getting creamed into the boards, which more often than not happens a lot more than you would think.
Sure.
Players protecting themselves. If you've seen reverse hits, those dudes that are coming flying in ready to kill someone and they just stick him out and they come to the ground, people complain about that all the time, and it's one of those things in hockey that's perfectly legal.
Sure.
If someone's trying to kill you, you have the respect and you have the agreement of the ref. Like, hey, like I'm not gonna sit here and get my ass like bombarded by a bunch of dildos. Like, no, fuck that.
Yeah,
I get that.
There's no reason to just eat a hit just because.
Like I got boarded this morning. Like I got up and slashed the fuck out of that kid. Did the referee call the boarding? No. Did he call the slash? No. Referees can be lenient in how they call.
You're right. It is up to the referee. But I don't disagree with the call that was made.
Oh no, I don't
Could it have
disagree
gone
either.
either way?
Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have
But-
made it if he wouldn't hit him as hard. I think if he would have hit him a little softer to just bounce him back a little bit, but not fully drop him. Maybe not.
Yeah, did you see the after effect after that? That guy was struggling to get.
Okay, but if he was struggling to get, obviously, interference, 2 minutes. But personally, if it was in a men's league game, the guy just stopped, I'd think that he just can't skate in a cutting edge.
yeah.
I'm being serious.
Nobody at our level
You watch a
knows how to
men's league
skate.
game, these dudes are fucking eating shit every possible turn. Oh, I
Yeah,
saw
baby,
like a,
that's me.
That's what we're
He's
doing.
talking about me.
That's
I
what
saw
we're
a
here for.
75-year-old dude crack his skull open last year because he just like caught an edge, and I was like, ugh, man, skating lessons for the elderly. Cameron's new topic.
I also think in this particular event, part of why I'm upset about the interference call is that the guy that did the reverse hit, in my opinion, he had the puck. It was a fucking foot away from him. The other guy behind him was not going to beat him to it. Like, that other guy only had the option to hit him. So that's, like, to me, is like, yeah, counter that. There's no reason to just eat that hit.
I agree. Okay, the control of the puck, being a foot away from it. This is what that Kel McCarr goal was about last year during, I think it was the playoffs.
Yeah,
where
the one
it was
where
that
he was
offsides.
like-
They said
yeah,
it was
yeah,
offsides. If you're not in control of the puck and the puck's over the blue line, and you have a player getting back on sides, as long as no one's over that determining edge of blue line, it's on sides. It's the same thing that happened with the Sharks in Anaheim the other day. They were up by, I think, 1 point, and then Anaheim came to tie it. That tying goal was one of those goals that Cale Makar had, where it was a determination of who had possession of the puck. And I think that's one thing that I can agree on. Like, yes, I agree on the call, and I agree with protecting yourself, but he didn't have control of the puck either. And had, let's say, that dude creamed him from behind, he'd have gotten a 5-minute major for boarding easily, and there would have been a fight, scrum, and everything.
Right.
I'm not saying it's the perfect call. I think it's a good call, but I also think that you can protect yourself. It's perfectly liable because I don't have the puck. I don't want to get creamed. If I can cream someone else, well, they don't have the puck. Hell, I'm going to take that chance. So
I've got a more nuanced NHL topic to discuss too. More recently, Bruce Boudreau being fired from the Vancouver Canucks.
good.
Just played his last game last night.
Yeah.
Good.
You think that you blame the Canucks' performance on Bruce?
No. So I met Bo Horvat. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
They had a horse show down here in Texas, and he skated here. I've met Bo Horvat more than 2 times. It's crazy, I know. Yeah. Bo Horvat.
I like your dick. Holy shit!
I know.
He specified more than 2 times.
The first celebrity appearance on the podcast?
As far as anyone knows, now that everyone knows, I put his helmet on. He's got a fucking noggin. That dude is.
That's
he's
why
humongous.
he's not playing so well.
No,
now.
that's not. No, that was 2 years ago.
Actually,
But-
if you want, nobody has to know. We can just bleep that out. You could be like, I put, and then we'll just.
There you go.
You could be saying Bo Horvat's dress. Like,
And I'm gonna keep it following with it, and that's why they're playing for me.
Anyway, yeah. But I talked to Bo Horvat about 2 years ago when he was here because he's been here twice, and I was talking to him about the performance of the team, and he was telling me that as a captain, it's really hard to watch your team fall, but it's even harder when you can't pick them back up.
I'll watch you fuckers fall over all day. I don't care.
But to piggyback off the Bob Horvat thing.
But the thing is that like watching him play, like yeah, he's probably gonna end up getting traded. That's really hard for a captain. I think he's like what 30, 35 maybe. He's not one of the older NHL players, but he's getting to the point where retirement's becoming an issue and getting moved around because he's not performing as well as he used to.
Sure.
I think Bo Horvat is in a position to either bring his team up with a new coach. Coaching is one of the big things that can make or break a team. To go back to the Sharks, Peter DeBoer, okay, Sharks head coach for I think, more than 10 years. Moved to Dallas. What's happening with Dallas? Where's Dallas at? Dallas is performing where they need to be performing. He went to Vegas for a little while before Dallas. He's moved around the NHL, and I hate to say it, but, you know, like, the Sharks produce a lot of good, and then you just, get out of here. We don't need you anymore. Yeah. Joe Pavelski, see? Joe Pavelski's producing for Dallas, and property franchise now.
I was going to compare Bruce Cassidy leaving Boston, going to Vegas, a team that
absolute unit right there. Bruce Cassidy
did not make the playoffs last season, and now they're doing fantastic. Whatever the issues are with Bruce as a coach or whatever, sometimes a coaching change is all that you need.
I think a lot of it had to move with emotions from the team and moving people around. Like Revo. Revo got moved from Vegas to Minnesota, right? Mm-hmm. No. He went
from Vegas to New York.
To Rangers and then Minnesota.
And then Minnesota.
It's like moving different players that are causing you issues. It's like Evander Kane. I hate to bring up the Sharks again. Evander Kane with the Sharks. Now he's in Edmonton doing really fantastic, apart from that whole wrist thing. Now he's back. Pat Maroon apologized. I saw that the other day. That was
very cool.
Yeah,
sportsmanship,
good on him.
yes, very
cool.
I think coaching is a lot to do with NHL, but I think it's more of what's going on in the locker room that we don't see.
Sure.
And it could just be that they don't have PVO. They don't have good positive vibes in the bench, on the bench, outside, that something in their team isn't working. Not only coaching can affect that, but it's like if someone's having a shit year and they make other people have a shit year, it's going to domino. Like, there's no help in that.
Yeah, okay, makes sense. It is sad to see his downfall, but you can't let the emotions of what you're seeing currently on camera get to the fact that the Canucks are just eating shit this year. I just didn't know if you could completely blame it all on Bruce or not.
I don't think I would. I think I'd blame probably 75, maybe.
It is
80% of it on him.
It's just tragic, I guess, to see. I don't know. But, I mean, he was like the second highest winning coach in the NHL history or something like that.
He's been doing it for a long time, I think.
Yeah, while. So
it's been like 40 years as a
coach.
coach. Is that what he said?
I think he's 68 right now. So, like, it's a good time for him to retire.
Well, you know what? We're always looking for coaches. Bruce Boudreau can come down here.
Thank you. You put on my fucking gear and play.
Next season, then. Next season.
Yeah. Sure.
Get older.
Yeah, actually, you won't even be eligible for playoffs.
Get older faster.
So I guess pizza has been out-hutted in the pizza industry.
Yeah. So just before the podcast, we had a conversation about stuffed crust pizza, and Dalton informed me that Pizza Hut is actually the first entity to come up with stuffed crust, and I was like, that's not true. I thought it was Little Caesars.
So from what I watched this, I love YouTube videos, so I spend a lot of my time watching YouTube videos. I watched one about the recent fall of Pizza Hut, and the whole reason why Pizza Hut had a gimmick to begin with, or was popular, is because they always had a gimmick. So like pizza before was always like a take-home experience. Pizza Hut had the dine-in kitchen. They were like, no, you come here to eat pizza, and that was huge for them. It got them a ton of business. After that, shortly thereafter, they invented some other like wacky style pizzas that we don't really know much about to this day because they didn't work out quite like the stuffed crust did.
Lost knowledge.
I think the waitresses helped out a lot too, because they were hot.
If y'all want to know more, go watch that video.
Did Pizza Hut have waitresses?
I mean, yeah, they do.
Yeah, they did. They were hot.
I've never eaten at a Pizza Hut.
I haven't either.
You're missing out, guys.
Link that episode in the show notes. Was Pizza Hut the first one to do pineapple on pizza?
I don't know for sure.
That's the whole
What
thing.
good are you? All right, then.
That's the whole line.
I was
We can just make a
specifically
fake
speaking
claim
about
and
the
save
stuffed
somebody.
crust.
Yeah, that's right. Dalton is just here for our stuffed crust expert.
Yeah, that's just the stuffed crust. Yeah. If you want to bring in the pineapple, bring in Jesse. He's the pineapple expert, you know?
Anyways.
I do want to get like a picture of Dalton, almost like a newscast, just Dalton and then stuffed crust expert. Just
Yeah,
There you go.
100%.
put that up over my hand.
Anyways, so Dalton was telling me about Pizza Hut coming up with stuffed crust, and then he informed me that Pizza Hut is on their way out.
Yes.
And I was like, what? Somebody has out-pizza'd the Hut?
Indeed. Because when people think of pizza today, it's more like delivery, bring it home. Pizza Hut's never really marketed himself as that, so they always get outclassed by like Domino's or whoever else.
DiGiorno.
Yeah,
It's not delivery. It's
DiGiorno.
Even DiGiorno, I suppose. But what Pizza Hut has done recently, if you've seen, is they've rebranded again for like the 5th time in the past decade to their original 1970s logo because they want you to remember the good old days.
Remember when this was a pizza home?
I don't know. It's like full circle, and I'm rooting for them a little bit because like.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when I worked for Pizza Hut briefly in Chickasha, their marketing thing was, again, they were trying to bring new ingredients to the table. They had, like, Peruvian cherry peppers. Those fuckers smacked on a pizza, and I really wish they'd bring that back.
Oh, it's Zach.
Who's our first
What's
one?
up?
Zach, what's up? We were talking about Peruvian
Cherry peppers.
Cherry
yeah,
peppers.
I mean, that was just like, I remember that being like a marketing thing, as they were like, hey, we got all these ingredients no one else uses, and that being one of them. And that's always kind of been their thing, is like, we're always going outside the box, you know?
What?
And nowadays, people don't really give a shit about that. They just want their pizza delivered on time.
So Pizza Hut's getting gay.
I don't know. I'm rooting for them, and I hope they make a turnaround, because I can't imagine a world without Pizza Hut.
I can't.
It is sad to see some businesses like that go away. It's like, oh, you know, they didn't do anything evil, so I don't hate them. So you're just like, all right.
It's like those memes where it's like, you come back to your old hometown and you're like, ah, yes, and this is what was the Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
It is now something else, you know?
a Spencer's Gift Emporium.
What was the first pizza place to have an arcade?
Man.
Was it Cece's?
I would like to think it's Cece's, because that's the only pizza place I can associate with an
So-
arcade besides Chuck E. Cheese.
There was a pizza place in Mustang where my other half of the family lives, and but it wasn't like a chain. It was some dude's little personal pizza place that he ran, and we would go there like every time when I went to go visit. And they had this one arcade machine that was like, I wish I could remember the name. It's some ninja game where it's got like a sword tethered to the machine, and there's like a little ring that you have to keep the sword in to play. And that's the first arcade game I've ever finished start to finish, because they gave me a cup of coins, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking do this, and I just lost my mind on this game.
You get yourself like on the high score
That's-
sheet?
Yeah.
What up, Huzzy?
What's up, baby?
What's up, Hudzy?
What's up, guys? Sorry about being late.
Oh, you're good.
No, that's all right. We don't want you here anyway.
I blame you. One day.
I'm gonna be honest with you. People are getting here earlier than I really thought they would. I kind of thought like 3:15 is
I got coach, yeah, because
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
He
someone
just said that.
told
Hey,
the
close
league
the
how
door.
old I was.
I like how he asked him, like, you're coaching, and then he looks at us like, is he actually coaching? Like, he's got to make sure.
Because I got to double check. He's like, are you shitting me?
Is he lying
No,
to me,
no,
guys?
my defense. I thought that you already had it scheduled that you and
No. Jesse was gonna give pregame, and then I was gonna cover lines.
Yeah, he's got lines.
Just to give him pregame
I'm
head.
just here to like promote violence on the bench.
Yeah, Kyler's gonna stand on the bench and yell at us.
did you get your hair permed?
I did.
Dude, it looks
Looks
so
nice,
good,
huh?
doesn't
It
it?
looks sick as shit.
Huddleston,
That's not
wave
what
to
the
camera.
girls say, but I'm.
Just wave to the camera.
You've talked to girls?
Just wave.
I've done a little more than that.
He's held hands.
Oh man, that's correct.
Oh shit.
Hudsy's like, fuck
I think Huzzy
me.
knows what a girl is.
Oh, now you guys gotta redo everything. No, it's fine. It's
You want
fine.
in on this? Okay.
You want in on this?
No, I don't. What am I getting in on?
Just have a seat in my lap.
Do
Right
you want
here.
to be on the pod? Here.
Oh boy, you like practically put my whole kneecap up your ass there, buddy.
Did you want that?
I just thought you might sit here and we could take like an awkward Sears family photo, you
I thought you
know?
would like swaddle me and like just take care of me like the baby I am.
I'm going to jump ship. I'm going to mic you up, because I'm going to get some other stuff ready for the game.
We've tagged in Huddleston, like Macho Man Randy Savage tagged in Hulk Hogan in late 60s, early 70s World Wrestling Entertainment wrestling
Hudson,
footage.
just clip the mic to your shirt.
No, I kind of like the idea of Huddleston just holding it.
Well, but
Like,
he's holding
I
it
don't-
down here.
I don't know
now,
what
now
I don't know what to
it's
do with
listening to
it.
his boobs.
Here, let me.
Ear,
If you guys want to
No,
kiss, you
just-
guys can.
right in the ear.
Jesus.
It's getting the right angle.
Content.
We've got 30 minutes of footage, and like 20 of it's gonna have to get cut.
Not quite
beauty
20,
No,
maybe,
not 20.
maybe 19.
typical episode. What do you mean?
I don't know.
Well, I'm glad that Huddleston's here, because my next question, leading from the Pizza Hut conversation,
Yeah.
is what are your ideal pizza toppings? It's Friday night. We've had a drop in. We're hanging out in the fucking locker room. Capri Suns and brewskis all the way around. What would you have on your pizza? You shut the
So-
fuck up. I hear you snickering.
So, this is gonna sound really basic. Ideally, it's just pepperoni,
Okay.
just because I like it. It's good, and a solid pepperoni to me honestly beats out other pizzas. But not everybody does them right, so it's like not all pepperonis are equal.
Okay, I get that.
Now that being said, I am a fan of pineapple on pizza,
Atta kid.
and I will not hesitate to eat it.
Oh no, absolutely not. I mean, look, the acidity of the citrus. What's up? The acidity of the citrus from the pineapple blends in real well with the acidity of the tomatoes in the sauce,
Yeah.
and I feel like they really complement each other, and not enough people talk about that.
Yeah.
I feel like people just hate on pineapple on pizza because fucking social media tells them to.
Yeah, nobody has a real opinion,
Right.
and so
It's like you're ashamed to say that you enjoy something nice.
I got a question for you guys.
Well, answer the pizza question first.
Yeah, I was
pizza
going to go around
question.
the pizza question.
Oh,
What are your
barbecue. It's like a known like little thing at Little Caesars, and it's like one of the best pizzas out
So
there.
you just put barbecue sauce on your pizza?
I don't know, man. It's just like the
That's not, like,
barbecue.
not some chicken bacon barbecue underneath the cheese
What's on
there?
the menu? It's the barbecue.
It's what's for dinner.
It's what's for dinner every night. All right. I got a question. Since
Yes,
you know
we know. You already said that.
I know.
You kind of came in
I
real
know, I
hot. You came in real hot, being like, "I have a question to ask." So you don't have to tell us again that you have a question, especially when we just said, "Huddleston, you have a question."
I know. I totally agree. I
All
just
right.
totally lost what I was thinking about, and just in the moment, just being dumb. And so what I was going to ask you is,
He did it again.
God damn it! Each time I say I'm going to ask you, then it's like,
He said it again.
Just say it.
That's
all right. Vancouver. You know how the
We've
boss-
already talked about
Yeah,
that.
we already.